I would like you to know the only reason I'm doing this is because I love smart brown girls. And there's an interesting conversation that She's Gotta Have It failures do inspire. I'm too fat to be sitting up here in my bra the whole video. She's Gotta Have It is not all bad. I'm not mad that I watched it. I'm happy for DeWanda Wise, but sis, sir, Spike Lee, there were serious errors in the representation of black women as basic Instagram chick with Shemeka, Corlinda with the should we use the word of the hour, neoliberalistic, respectability politics, black feminism. That don't even make no sense because she ain't make no sense. And then Nola darling, with all that action in her loving bed, I am marveled at how often she washes sheets with no washer dryer in her unit and has that rumble tumble fun without knocking one of those candles off her headboard. That's a skill, sis. Do you feel me? I enjoy a sexually liberated black woman. I enjoyed that ass shot of Jamie. Yes, sis, grab it. I don't know about the interludes of the album covers. I appreciated that folks wouldn't have to pause, rewind, and Shazam it to figure out what song it was, but it wasn't consistent. The pacing was just odd. I hate men that keep their socks on during sex, so Mars out here with his worship and his J's, girl, nah. But that actor that played him definitely killed that role and made him a very, very enjoyable character. Fort Greene, don't be so mean. It must be nice to have such a spacious apartment at a steep discount and then slip up on missing the rent, not by a couple days, but a couple of weeks, and not face any consequences. What a beautiful life I've never known in over-gentrified Brooklyn. Let's get to the crux of my issue with She's Gotta Have It. Besides Nola darling spending too much time spewing Spike Lee specific lines, more better blues, I think a lot of people walked away understanding the layers of the men, even with the over-the-top Greer. We knew that Jamie is battling with an image of himself that isn't authentic to his core. Greer is self-indulgent as a facade, even though he seems to care about Nola. Mars worships Michael Jordan, but he is a down-ass dude, there for the good times and the rough times, and always ready to find the light in the situation. I lived in Brooklyn, and maybe I have a bit of bias, love towards Mars, because he reminds me of a few people, but more specifically of a former close friend. And if you read my book, Send It On, you caught a glimpse of it. But we just can agree that the men were dynamic and not static characters. The women, on the other hand, mostly fell into tropes that make black women essentialist characters who can't exist outside of a she's this one identity and that's it. However, I will concede that Opal was cool, just a great update from the original character, but I would love to hear from queer folk on how they felt about the representation of a black lesbian relationship in the series. Nola was an overdone package of every trendy identity into one person and nothing was treated with nuance. She was just selfish. I can totally appreciate that some women did enjoy her character arc. The act of being sexually liberated, especially a black woman, is not something we often see, but we have to talk about how her character was pompous and what the fuck is a Pinot Noir to Moscato. First of all, I drink Cote d'Ivoire, medium body red wine, and Moscato, and if I'm gonna go dark, I do a cab, a good cab, age cab, and I'm well read and I'm ratchet and my hair is natural and I could slay a lace frontal any day. So what was the juxtaposition of Nola to Shemeka? What does natural have to do with the context of someone's character? We can totally discuss the impact of social media and the hyper-visualized identity that still leans on European standards of beauty while exoticizing specific black features that black women are confronted with as this ideal standard of beauty. As this is being beautiful. It's the baby hairs and sleek shiny curls. It's when YouTubers do videos about their hair and lament that the curl isn't right, i.e. nappy, and that's why they always wear weaves. It's the popularity of young girls getting their butts done, their nose done, their lips done. It's the uptick in folks getting the lip fillers and Brazilian butt lifts, and everyone thinking if I just have these things in a snatch waistline, I could make a little bit of money on Instagram too. A little bit of some passive income, except everyone isn't thinking that, and the pathos that brought us here are still centered around white supremacy and patriarchy. We really don't account for the trauma that identifiably black women grow up with. And you know, the more regular black you look, or even the more African, as the folks misguidedly say, broad nose, darker skin tone, highly textured 4C beyond hair, what are women who grew up in these bodies internalizing? Do you understand what it means in so many ways to be told that that you are flat out ugly. It's not like being told, oh, you think you better than everyone because you light skin. Oh, you think you better than everyone because your hair is curly. I know y'all thinking it's crazy I'm saying this, right? But I understand privilege. But it is. What did you do wrong to your hair? Why is it so nappy? You not gonna brush it? You got a slave nose. Why your nostrils flare up like that? Bubblegum lips. When there are so many ways you are confronted with being told that you are not the ideal. You are not beautiful. Your body does not measure up to the standard of what society, even what your small community finds attractive and beautiful. That is a serious kind of trauma against the Black woman body, and we don't really recognize it. None of that was broached and She's Gotta Have It. Those gleaming light eyes and that perfect twist out made Nola outright superior to Shemeka, who was searching for the beauty that the world she lived in would applaud. That doesn't mean the psychology around it as a caricature with that played out game show and Mecca going to a motel to be shot up with cement. Like, sis, at minimum, she could have gone to a Miami doctor's office. They are not that inaccessible and the flights is cheap, girl. Get you a Spirit ticket at the airport for $30, okay? And then in the end, for it to burst in the most cartoonish of ways, what do we make of this? What do we take from this? Oh, don't be a basic Instagram bitch. I mean, Instagram could have saved Nola for spending $600 on a dress that's $30 on Fashion Nova and Boohoo, same quality, bloop. And why did Shemeka have a pimp? If you're not even gonna address how her psychology is framed around the world of white supremacy and patriarchy that she lives in, what is wrong with y'all? Since when did the box have table girls who are stripper adjacent? If you don't live in New York, if you've never been to the box on Christie, you're not really gonna want to talk about it, it's fine. But her character treatment was just sloppy, misguided, and offensive. Corlinda, I just cannot forgive someone who claims to have a superior of a tongue that could taste the difference in Belvedere and whatever vodka she was claiming they served her. First of all, vodka is a basic ass liquor, girl, with no flavor profile. Stephanie gave up to bourbon, homie. But then turns around and misquotes the basic tenets of Black feminism. Like, what is the Combahee River Collective? Did I not do a video with the National Museum of African American History and Culture? You could have watched that first, boo. Because some of us were brave and it ain't you, Lambassa Shemeka. I did enjoy that Jamie's wife was the case. I mean, I got a cackle out of it, like, well, if we're gonna go with all the tired ass cliches, let's throw in my fave. Rock with Letta Moss, if we must. I really don't have an opinion on her, to be honest. I get Spike's style is to have this sort of over-the-top character. I was ever so slightly annoyed by her third-person speech, diatribes. Girl, okay, we got the point. But I appreciated how it was framed as her protection, her kind of strength in all the trauma she experienced through her life. Oh yeah, I could appreciate that. Nola did wear some very cute gray coats throughout the series. Keep the overpriced dress, but I will definitely take the jackets, thanks sis. She lives in a very fascinating version of Brooklyn. Have we? You clearly, I was fascinated with that rent that doesn't get paid and she doesn't get kicked out. And then the therapist who lets her continue on even though she ain't got the money to pay her, and then has all the gall though to tell her at the end of the session, I ain't got the coin to pay you. Wow. I've already said I found her character to be too many trendy identities rolled into one with no nuance, with all the selfishness. How are you all these radical liberal things but still falling into the trope of needing to be in a monogamous relationship? Why does everybody and their mama know who she's knocking boots with and then she has the nerve to posit with? I don't put my love in bed in the streets. Nola is a damn lie. It's so frightening as ever, girl. Did you leave the blinds open, the windows open? How everybody know? How everybody know? She extols herself as better than her friends, but rather than having integrity in whatever radical identity she had picked that day, polyamorous, she flip-flops, sends mixed signals, and then thinks the solution is to invite all the men over on a family holiday to tell them nah at the same time. What kind of finesse? Girl, nah, I don't ever co-sign being emotionally manipulative, ever. But baby, please, I do love Spike and Tanya Lee's children's book illustrated by Claudia Nelson. It's a fave. But baby, please, this was heavy-handed, Spike, and I mean, fine. We get it. We know his style. We appreciate it, but you know, can we understand when sometimes styles overdo certain narratives, like SZA and Solange's weekend video? Do you now see it more visibly? It's just unfortunate that Spike has not grown much in his vantage of the black woman narrative. I do appreciate there were clearly women writers in the room who had Jamie giving Nola a copy of Claudine Rakin Citizen. I'm surprised a trifling ass man like that, I mean, because you cheating on your wife essentially, would give, did he read Citizen? Did Jamie read Citizen? Spike Lee clearly didn't. I hope Nola read it. Let me know your thoughts on She's Gotta Have It in the comments down below. If you're new and you like the dialogue, you don't even have to agree, but you just like having sort of discussions, be sure to subscribe. All the references will be down below in the description box. And as always, thanks for watching. Deuces!